Tonight, I invite you to leave behind the worries of the day. There are no deadlines here, no noisy streets, no rushing clocks. Only a quiet village beneath a blanket of stars. Find a comfortable position. Close your eyes if you wish. Take a slow breath in and slowly let it out. Now let us travel to a place called Himbingan, a place where the evenings were gentle, the rivers moved lazily through the fields, and every sunset seemed to last a little longer than anywhere else. In this peaceful village lived a young boy named Elias. Elias was not known for being the fastest runner or the smartest student. Instead, people knew him for something else. He loved to wander. Every day he would ask questions about the clouds, the trees, the birds, and the stars. While other children hurried home after school, Elias often sat beneath the large acacia tree at the edge of the village. There he would watch the world slow down, and every evening, just as sun disappeared behind the distant hills, something magical would happen. Tiny lights will begin to appear, one by one, then dozens, then hundreds, fireflies. They floated above the grass like drifting stars. The villagers had grown used to them, but Elias never did. Each evening he watched them with the same amazement, as if he were seeing them for the first time. One warm evening, as golden sunlight painted the rice fields, Elias noticed something unusual. Among the hundreds of fireflies, one seemed different. Its glow was brighter, softer, almost silvery instead of gold. The small creature floated a short distance away before pausing in mid-air. As though waiting, Elias smiled. "Hello there," he whispered. The firefly drifted forward, then stopped again, waiting, inviting. Curious, Elias stood and brushed the dust from his clothes. The evening breeze carried the scent of fresh grass and distant flowers. Above him, the sky slowly deepened from blue to violet. The silver firefly moved again, slowly, patiently, as if encouraging him to follow. And so Elias took his first step, then another, and another. Without realizing it, he had begun a journey that would change the way he saw the world forever. The firefly led Elias along a narrow path he had never noticed before. Though he had spent his entire life in Himbingan, the trail seemed strangely unfamiliar. Tall grasses swayed gently on both sides. Crickets sang their evening songs. The moon rose quietly above the hills. Elias felt calm, safe. The silver firefly never moved too quickly. It always stayed just ahead. Its soft glow illuminated the path like a tiny lantern. As they walked, Elias noticed that the sounds of the village were becoming fainter. The barking dogs, the distant conversations, the clinking dishes, all slowly faded behind him. Ahead lay only silence, a comforting silence, the kind that exists deep within nature. Eventually, the path opened into a wide meadow. Elias stopped in wonder. The meadow shimmered beneath the moonlight. Thousands of white flowers covered the landscape like a blanket of stars resting upon the earth. A gentle breeze rippled through the petals. The entire field seemed to breathe. The silver firefly hovered above the flowers. Then it slowly circled in the air, as if introducing the meadow. Elias stepped carefully among the blossoms. Their fragrance was light and sweet. The scent reminded him of peaceful afternoons and happy memories. For a moment, he forgot about everything else. The worries that sometimes visited his mind, the mistakes he had made, the things he wished he could change, they all seemed very far away. Only this moment remained. Only the flowers, the moon, and the tiny silver light floating nearby. The silver firefly floated gently above the sea of white flowers. Elias stood quietly, allowing the peaceful scene to settle around him. The meadow seemed different from any place he had ever visited. Not because it was magical, not because it was strange, but because it felt as though the world had finally slowed down. The wind moved softly. The flowers swayed lazily. Even time itself seemed unhurried. Elias took a deep breath. The air was cool and fresh. Far above, countless stars sparkled across the night sky. The silver firefly drifted forward once more. Elias followed. As he walked through the meadow, he noticed small stone markers scattered among the flowers. Each stone was smooth and round, worn by many years of wind and rain. Some were small, others were large. All of them rested peacefully among the blossoms. Curious, Elias approached the nearest one. Words had been carved into its surface. Simple words for peaceful mornings. Elias titled his head. Then he walked to another stone for safe journeys, another for good health, and another for family. The stone continued across the meadow, each carrying a different wish, a different hope, a different dream. The silver firefly landed upon one of the stones. Its glow brightened softly. Elias knelt beside it. The stone read, "For grateful hearts." For several moments, Elias simply stared at the words. He thought about his home, his family, his friends, the warm meals they shared, the laughter that filled their evenings, the comfort of familiar faces. So many things he often took for granted. A family of gratitude slowly filled his chest, the kind of feeling that arrives quietly, without announcing itself, without demanding attention, a feeling that simply reminds you how much goodness already exists in your life. The firefly rose again, its silver light dancing gently in the darkness. Together they continued through the meadow. Soon they reached a small hill. At its summit stood a wooden bench. The bench appeared old but well cared for. Its surface had been polished, smooth by time. Elias climbed the hill and sat down. The view took his breath away. Below him stretched the entire meadow. Thousands upon thousands of glowing flowers. The moonlight painted everything in shades of silver and blue. The sight was so peaceful that Elias forgot to speak, forgot to move, forgot everything except the beauty before him. The firefly settled on the bench beside him. For a while, neither of them moved. The night simply existed, calm, quiet, gentle. After some time, Elias noticed something as usual. Tiny lights were beginning to appear among the flowers. At first, there were only few, then thousands, then hundreds. Fireflies. They rose slowly from the meadow, like tiny lanterns ascending into the night sky. Golden lights drifted upward in every direction. The entire field seemed alive. Elias smiled. It was the most beautiful thing he had ever seen. The silver firefly joined the others, yet somehow it remained easy to spot. Its soft silver glow shone among the countless golden lights. The fireflies swirled gracefully through the air, not in a hurry, not following any path, simply moving wherever the gentle wind carrying them. Elias watched them dance beneath the stars. As he did, he began thinking about the worries he carried. Small worries, the kind that often visit people before sleep. Questions about tomorrow, mistakes from yesterday, concerns about things beyond their control. The worries seem important during the day, but here, beneath the moonlight sky, they felt smaller, much smaller, like distant clouds passing across a wide horizon. The silver firefly floated closer. It hovered directly in front of him. Its glow brightened. Then it slowly drifted toward the far side of the hill. As though inviting him onward once again, Elias stood. His journey was not finished. There was still more to discover, still more waiting beyond the meadow. He glanced back one final time. The field of flowers shimmered beneath the moonlight. The fireflies continued their silent dance, a memory he would never forget. Then he turned and followed the silver light, beyond the hill, beyond the meadow, toward whatever waited ahead. As he walked, he felt lighter than before, as though he had left some of his worries among the flowers, safe beneath the stars, waiting for the morning breeze to carry them away. Take a slow breath. Feel the calmness of the meadow. Imagine the cool evening air, the gentle movement of flowers, the soft glow of fireflies. And if there is something worrying you tonight, imagine placing it gently among the flowers. Allow yourself to rest. There is no need to carry everything at once. The night is here, and for now, you may simply be still. The silver firefly guided Elias beyond the meadow. The path became narrower. Tall grasses gave way to gentle willow trees whose branches swayed softly in the breeze. Soon, the sound of flowing water reaches his ears. A river. Not a rushing river, not a loud river, but a calm river. The kind that moves slowly, as if it too enjoys the quietness of the night. Moonlight shimmered across its surface. The silver firefly hovered above the water. Elias stepped closer. As he looked into the river, he expected to see his reflection. Instead, he saw moments from his life. His first day at school, a family dinner, playing beneath the rain, laughing with friends, helping his grandmother water her garden. Simple moments, ordinary moments, yet somehow they felt precious. The river seemed to remind him that happiness is often found in the smallest memories, not in grand achievements, not in distant dreams, but in everyday moments that quietly become treasures. Elias sat beside the riverbank, listening, watching, remembering. For a long while, he remained there, and the river continued its gentle journey beneath the stars. Eventually, the silver firefly rose again. The path now climbed toward a small hill. At the top stood dozens of lanterns, each glowed with a warm golden light. They hung from wooden posts arranged in a circle. The hill felt peaceful, sacred, comforting. Elias walked among the lanterns. Each seemed to contain a different feeling. One felt like hope, another felt like kindness, another felt like courage, another felt like patience. The longer he stayed, the more he realized something. The qualities people search for are often already inside them. Sometimes, they simply need a quiet place to remember. The lanterns swayed gently. The warm light danced across the grass. The silver firefly settled upon the highest lantern, its glow blending with the others. Elias smiled. For the first time in many days, his mind felt completely calm. Beyond the hill lay a valley unlike anything Elias had ever seen. Tiny glowing flowers covered the landscape. Their lights twinkled like the stars that had fallen gently to earth. The valley stretched as far as he could see. The silver firefly drifted slowly among them. Elias followed. Every step seemed lighter. Every breath seemed deeper. The world felt softer here, as though the valley itself had been created for rest. He lay down upon the grass. Above him stretched the endless night sky. Below him glowed the sleeping stars of the valley. For a moment, it became impossible to tell where the earth ended and the heavens began. The fireflies floated peacefully overhead. The breeze whispered through the flowers, and Elias felt something he had never fully understood before. Peace. Not excitement, not happiness, but peace. A quiet confidence that everything would be alright. As the night grew deeper, the silver firefly approached him once more. Its glow had become softer now, gentler, almost as though it too was becoming sleepy. Slowly, it began leading Elias back toward the village. The journey home felt different, not because the path had changed, but because he had changed. The worries that once felt heavy no longer seemed so large. The questions that troubled him no longer demanded immediate answers. Some things could wait until tomorrow. Some things would solve themselves in time. And some things simply needed acceptance. The stars watched silently overhead. The moon bathed the countryside in silver light. Eventually, the familiar rooftops of Himbingan appeared in the distance. The silver firefly paused near the village entrance. Elias stopped beside it. For a moment, neither moved. Then the tiny creature rose into the air. It circled him once, twice, 3 times, as if saying goodbye. Then it joined the countless other fireflies dancing beneath the stars. Elias watched until he could no longer distinguish its glow from the others. Yet somehow, he knew he would never forget it. He walked home. The village was quiet. Most windows were dark. Most people were already asleep. A warm breeze drifted through the streets. The scent of flowers lingered in the night air. Elias reached home and quietly stepped inside. Before going to bed, he looked through the window one last time. The fireflies still floated beyond the fields, tiny lights dancing peacefully in the darkness. He smiled, then climbed into bed. As he closed his eyes, he remembered the meadow, the river, the lanterns, the valley of sleeping stars, and somewhere out there, beneath the moonlit sky, a silver firefly continued its gentle journey through the night. A reminder that even during life's busiest days, there is always a place of calm waiting to be found. A place where worries grow lighter, where gratitude grows stronger, and where peace quietly settles into the heart. Good night, sleep well, and may your dreams be as gentle as the fireflies of Himbingan.